EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team, and we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The reigning Super Bowl champion Seahawks taking the field behind a guy who has now established himself as a franchise quarterback in Sam Darnold.
How about that? Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks after having a big year the season before with the Minnesota Vikings. What has allowed Sam Darnold to get here? I think perseverance. Every stop has found a way to get through it, and in most cases, found a way to get better. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw is Darnold. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now it's Darnold. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Steelers offense led by none other than Aaron Rodgers, his 22nd and what he says is his final NFL season.
And yes, he's back. Aaron Rodgers, his 2nd year in black and gold, the oldest active player in the NFL. May not have everything he had when he was winning MVPs, it felt like each and every year, but this future Hall of Famer knows how to play the game.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. Oh, what a move. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A short one caught by Barner. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
JSN, as he's known everywhere around the league, was the Offensive Player of the Year in 2025 with nearly 1,800 yards receiving. Why is he so dominant? Terrific combination of route running and hands.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On the give here, Charbonnet. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The Steelers' 7-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Ball rests on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Rodgers now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down and 4. They run again with Dowdle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now, after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Third and 5. Here's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Rodgers to throw once more. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Second and 7 at the 7-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right? That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Taking it about the 16. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They have the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
They run here with Dowdle. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 7-all is the score. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rico Dowdle, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Steelers.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Tackled that time by Joey Porter Jr.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
14 yards.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Darnold now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down at 7. Quickly out to Shaheed. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So that's one of those in-between spots where you like to rely on analytics. Did you like the decision to go for it?
Frankly, I did because, you know, I'm an aggressive guy. But that the analytics and the old school go by your feel, that's got to marry up a little bit better because that one felt like an analytics call that someone didn't have confidence in. You know, normally this coach, I think he would have punted the ball.
Yeah, calculated risk. It didn't work out. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 65 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside. When they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Hands it off out of the gun. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back in.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Rico Dowdle, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Steelers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Boswell for the extra point.
For the point after.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Steelers.
The drive summary that time,
Seahawks
5 plays.
7.
And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Sebastian Joseph Day coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Chaz Surratt there to bring him down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Seahawks.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He'll get that to Charbonnet. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
That'll be caught by Cup. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. To throw is Darnold. And a little floater there is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now it's Darnold. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This from 36 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Rodgers now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So 2 quarters in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Pittsburgh.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Rodgers now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14.
He's out of bounds.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Charbonnet. He'll get this to about the 38.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Motion left, Kupp. Here's Darnold. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Shifts by him, and able to get this out to the 25. The Steelers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Looking to put a drive together. In motion right, that's Metcalf. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And not a whole lot there, and maybe a yard to the 27.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
A run now with Charbonnet. Wiggles free. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Darnold. To the right, there's Barner. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A gain of
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Charbonnet. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. And the Steelers set to take the field. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Myers' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out come the Steelers. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Running left, it's Warren. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
On play action, Rodgers. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Now a 2nd and 10. It's good play. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. He'll get this one to Pittman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On the give, it's Warren. After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A handoff for Warren. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now a run with Warren. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Back to throw, Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal, don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Play action. It's Darnold. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
You look looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. That's complete. Bernard. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Warren. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And motioning left, that's Pittman. Rodgers going to throw. Buying time to his left. Rodgers sliding to his stop with a first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Now that's a killer, because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. They'll run it. Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is up to 15 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
2nd and 6. Darnold from the gun. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Throwing again is Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Darnold now to throw. A short one caught by Barner.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Again, Darnold. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw is Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd and a yard at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Darnold. And he's got Smith-Njigba. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal. Darnold.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. Darnold to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
14. 1st down, Steelers.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Steelers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Boswell for the extra point. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
1st down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
One last throw down for Darnold. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.